Welcome online, ladies and gentlemen. We are excited today to be sharing with you the official opportunity overview, which is live streamed on Facebook, YouTube, and here in the Zoom room. Now, if you do speak other languages and you need to read closed captions, you can join us in the Zoom room live and you'll be able to read along with Zoom. If you are watching this recording a few days from now, it will have closed captions on YouTube for other languages as well. With that in mind, though, today we're really blessed because we're going to be hearing from Prue Hours, who's one of the pioneers of the New Zealand market, and she'll be sharing with you an exciting presentation, including all our new products. So over to you, Prue.
Well, thank you, Michael. It's my pleasure to present to you today all the way from New Zealand. It's a lovely winter's day down here. So at Neumi, what we are doing is we are revolutionising health and wellness through our proprietary cutting-edge breakthrough called, that hasn't gone on, Michael, thank you, hydrostat molecular encapsulation delivery. And the problem, why are we so successful? It's because we have solved an issue out there in the marketplace of poor absorption rates of so many other nutrients. And studies show that actually up to 90% of supplements are not fully absorbed by the body. And so that means that only a fraction of the nutrients that you pay good money for actually reach the cells. So our solution is Hydrostat, and it sets us apart in delivering high quality products that absorb into the bloodstream in seconds without the need to pass through the gut. So let's look at three unique differences behind our breakthrough. Well, the first is the size of the actual molecules compared to the human cell. And you can see on the left there, the size of a human cell compared to our molecule size, it's tiny. And they are around between 10 and 100 millimicrons or nanometers. And if you compare that to the size of other supplements in the marketplace, they are just too large to get into the cell. The other area with reducing the molecules tiny is that it increases the surface area of the cells, and that helps with absorption as well. And the third area is our amazing delivery system where we encapsulate the nutrients in ultra pure water, and it's amazing. You just swish it in your mouth like a mouthwash and all the absorption is done that way. But don't take my word for it. We have now had independent science check the validity of our product. And we went through a test in Europe at the largest testing facility called Eurofins, and they tested something called glutathione redox activity. And redox is where glutathione actually gets into action in the cells and does all those wonderful things for the body. And you can see at 5 minutes, there's us on the left with the dark blue. We were about twice as effective as other glutathione supplements on the market. And at 10 minutes, we were more than 3 times more effective than other glutathione out there. But the next slide actually shows you what happens when you give our product to cells that are depleted in glutathione. And at the 5 minute mark, we are more than 4 times more effective than other products. And at the 10 minute mark, we are more than 7 times more effective. So it just blows all the competition out of the market. So let's start by introducing something really exciting. And these are our 3 newest product releases, and they literally absorb in seconds. So let's look at the first one of these. These are called Neumi, and the first one is energy, and these 3 ingredients combine for one powerful synergy. The first is caffeine, which ignites alertness and stamina, L-theanine, which calms that down but also sharpens focus, and taurine, which powers muscles and hydration. And this is an amazing product for energy during the day or if you're exercising. The next is our new immunity product. And this is a combination of fucoidan, which is a brown seaweed for immune wellness, zinc gluconate, which is an essential mineral for defense, and a big word, arabinogalactin, which actually primes the gut and the immune cells. And this is great for flying or anything like that. And the next is our relax. And these are 2 ingredients for one evening ritual. It has myo-inositol, and that balances mood and supports restful sleep, and magnesium citrate, which relaxes muscles and calms the nervous system. So gets you ready for a lovely, relaxing evening. So pretty powerful and simple. So now let's talk about some of our more complex superhero products and the power of one ingredient called glutathione. So what is glutathione? Well, it's the body's master antioxidant, but it also has over 400 functions in the body. It's so important for our health and to get it into the body on a daily basis. So glutathione is actually the protector and detoxifier of the cell. It's also the key to life, health, and performance, but it also recycles other antioxidants like vitamin C and D. Plus, it is one of the most studied molecules out there with over 205,000 studies, peer-reviewed studies on PubMed. And if you compare that to, say, vitamin C, which has only around 83,000. So what do doctors have to say about glutathione? Well, Dr. Mehmet Oz says it's the most powerful antioxidant you've never heard of. It's one of the keys to fighting off the diseases you fear the most. It's called glutathione. Now write it down because it's critically important. And Dr. David Katz says if you're chronically run down, if you're chronically fatigued, if your body just isn't firing on all cylinders, low glutathione may be part of it, both cause and effect. So what happens to glutathione in your body as you age? Well, up to around the age of 20, our glutathione levels stay high, but from there they drop from approximately 8 to 15% per decade. But unfortunately, the oxidative stress that our bodies are exposed to actually increases. And all of these continuous attacks really affect your body. And glutathione levels also are reduced if you are sick or if you have injuries or diseases. Plus, if you play sport, 40% of your internal glutathione levels are depleted in the first 10 minutes of aerobic exercise. So what are some of the benefits of glutathione? Well, let's look at signs of low glutathione first. And that is weakened immune system, physical and mental fatigue, muscle weakness and aches, inflammation. Now that's a big one because that contributes to so many diseases. Premature aging and disease, dull and dry skin, grey hair or balding, brain fog and headaches, digestive issues, allergies, and weight gain. But then when you increase your glutathione levels, all of those flip around and you get the opposite. So just before we jump into our next lot of products, let's just have a look at the FDA disclaimer. And these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. The products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. So here is our flagship product, and it is called NutraSwish, and it is such a foundation product for everyone. And using our technology, Hydrostat, we have nano-sized ingredients like glutathione, L-cysteine, curcumin, and other nutrients to become bioavailable within seconds. And these are some of the benefits: immune boost, joint support, clean and sustained energy, and rapid recovery, plus so much more. And then we've used our amazing technology in a skin product. And this is so clever because it's actually a spray on product. So you get, again, glutathione, but also things like hyaluronic acid, curcumin, collagen, and so much more. And it helps reduce pore size, smooth skin texture, lifts and firms, brightens and evens skin tone, and reduces fine lines and wrinkles, and fights skin aging pollutants. We also have a product for brain, and this is full of wonderful nootropics. Ingredients like arginine, magnesium gluconate, L-theanine, caffeine, and other nutrients. And these are some of the benefits: enhanced memory, improved mood, increased focus, rapid energy, and heightened cognitive performance. It's also fully endorsed by the American Brain Council. And here we have our wonderful women's product called Hers. And this has just recently been released to a lot more countries, still not in every market yet, but a lot more countries around the world. And people are just so excited they can't get their hands on it quick enough. And it helps alleviate bloating, cramps, and PMS. Supports healthy hormone function, helps with hot flashes and night sweats, and enhances mood and overall well-being. And that product is for women of all ages. And then we have our Neumi here. I love this product. It is so easy to use. You just spray in and leave. It's gorgeous for healthy hair. It helps with hair strengthening, health, moisture and smoothness, heat protection, and increased hair density. So let's take a look at some of the feedback and look at some of the testimonies that we get back from our products. And this is Bill Gillespie, and he's a 62-year-old powerlifting champ. And he was using another glutathione product from a different company, and he broke the world record at 49 years of age with 804 pounds, which is 364 kilos. But then we thought, what would happen if we gave him the same product, glutathione, but using our amazing delivery system? Well, at 62 years of age, he smashed the above world record by pressing 1,129 pounds, which is 512 kilos. And they say that that may never be beaten, that record, because you're not meant to actually lift more at 62 than you could in your 40s. And here we have Dane, and she's a 34-year-old homeschooling mum of three, so give her a medal for that. And she said, as soon as I started using Swish on day one, I immediately found I had way more energy. Also, prior to using the Hers product, every month she would have mood swings, bloating, and breast tenderness. However, since using it, she found that she didn't have PMS symptoms at all. And here we have Keith, and Keith was suffering from a lot of discomfort in his neck and shoulder from an injury. And after only 48 hours after starting the Swish, he realized that he had slept for the first time all during the night for the first time in over a year. And he was eventually able to get back to his exercise routine. And he says today he's stronger than ever. And here we have Jeannie, and she says, it's a bit of a mouthful, but she says, wow, neuro is a noticeable cognitive focus, clarity, memory, and energy boosting. Get a ton of stuff done, Swish, that I'll never go a day without. And anyone that knows me knows that I have a severe attention span and memory deficit. So this is over and above the incredible benefits from NutriSwish, which also helped with those things. And you can see our product is not just for older athletes. This is Lachlan, and he's a 24-year-old powerlifting athlete and also a PT and gym manager. And he said after week 3, his recovery has been amazing, coming into each session fresh. And at week 4, his training as well as post-training session when he was using his neuro really helped, and it helped him set personal best, including personal lifts for the first time ever. Okay, so let's look at some of the before and afters from our skincare. And this is Elaine from South Australia. And the difference in her skin is just amazing. You can see all the inflammation and the redness has gone out of her face after only 4 weeks. And she says she did not lose any weight during that time. It is all just the skincare product. And here we have Linda in Indonesia, and this is after only 17 days. The photo on the left, you can see her skin is quite discolored, but after only 2.5 weeks, her skin is beautiful and clear. She looks younger, and she also says she feels a lot stronger because she uses the swish as well. And this beautiful lady is from Nigeria, and look at the difference in her skin. It's just amazing. She just looks so much younger. And this is Donna from Texas. Now you can see the results on her neck, and your neck is one of the hardest areas to actually improve. And this was after only 8 weeks. So that is just incredible results. And here we have our pin-up girl, Sherry. And Sherry was lucky enough to try the product while it was still in demo phase, I suppose you'd call it. And this is her photo on the right 6 years later. But honestly, she looks like she's 10 years younger, even though it is 6 years later. It's just amazing. And here's a couple of Neumi hair transformations. And this is after 1 month, and you can see the difference. And I can understand why Rick is so happy to stay on the product from those results. And this is Jamie. After 5 months, she says she's finally able to wear her hair shoulder length or even put it up in a ponytail, which she's never been able to do before. And then here's Sherry again, and she says, well, she had such high expectations for the hair product because of the benefits that she had seen with Neumi Skin, and she said they exceeded them all. And you can see the difference in her hair. It just looks so different. So if you'd like to see some more testimonies, please go to our Facebook page called Neumi New You. Just answer the two simple questions, and then you can have a look at so many testimonies and other information on there. So what is our vision with Neumi? Our vision all comes from this amazing man, Stephen K. Scott. And I've been fortunate enough to know Steve for about 15 years. And Steve has spent his whole life searching for breakthrough products and purchasing those rights and marketing them on TV with infomercials. And over the years, he's generated over $4 billion in revenue. I'm sure you've heard of one called the Total Gym with Chuck Norris and Christy Brinkley. That was Steve doing his infomercials. And he was about to go into retirement, but came out of retirement to bring Neumi to the market because he says it's the biggest thing he's ever seen. And Aaron Rennett is our president and CEO, and he says his aim is to ensure that Neumi is the most field-driven and responsive company within the industry. We also have an incredible science, medical and advisory board. And what is totally unique with this, we have over 20 medical doctors and scientists, and they all actually work for free because of the benefits that they have seen with their clients and everybody. And you can see more at neumi.com. So let's look at execution and how we bring all this home. We could have easily stayed with Steve's expertise in infomercials, but instead, we chose to go with home-based business. And home-based business grew more than 6% in 2025 with over $207 billion in sales. But here at Neumi, we are growing faster than the average. And in just 5 short years, we're open in 74 countries. We have over 250,000 members worldwide, unparalleled compensation and benefits. So let's look at how to leverage the power of hydrostat. We're not really here today to talk about the business side of it. Please go back to the person who referred you here today if you'd like some more information. But just to touch on it, we have zero membership fees, member wholesale pricing, free business building tools and industry training and marketing assets. 3 ways to earn weekly commissions paid on up to 7 generations, and 4 ways to earn monthly commissions paid on all generations to infinity. Okay, so maybe you would just like to get your return on investment. You love the sound of the product, but you think, well, if I can get those paid for, that would be fantastic. Or maybe you're looking at getting some residual income, maybe an extra $500 or 1,000 US to help with your family budget every month. Or maybe you are looking to build a legacy asset, and we can help with any of those things. So after seeing today's presentation, maybe you are ready to get started, or you would like to try the product, or you need maybe some more information on some aspects of the product or business. Well, then please go back to the person who invited you here today. It's been my pleasure to present to you all the way from New Zealand. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, no matter